QQ, you here? What did you do? Fall asleep?
No, I had to go. I was fixing something. Man, I don't know what's going on with the Twitch. The Twitch is weird. It didn't want to work. But hold on, where's my phone? Make sure the YouTube is up real quick.
I did not see the YouTube live. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it live.
Yeah, it is. It's up.
Oh, there it is.
So got the YouTube up there, and see if I can get this to work. Let me go peep that real quick. See if my vertical joint is working, because I need this for the TikToks. I need to be able to record that in that vertical format. Let's see. Oh man, how do you navigate Facebook? Let's see. Have pages. There we go. Okay. Hmm. Oh, no. Damn, I was getting ready to get happy. I was like, is that it? That's not it. Okay. So I ain't got time to mess with it, but I do want to, I guess it don't matter either because you can't see it. Okay. Well, we only got the, might as well turn this off. I can't tell if it's streaming or not. Hard to tell. This interface is kind of terrible. But it's okay. We can record it. We can record it. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, cool. All right, then.
I have no idea what you're trying to do.
Well, I was trying to get it to the vertical thing to stream on Facebook, but it don't look like it's doing it. And I'm just going to record it, and then I can chop it up myself, which I didn't really want to do, but whatever. I'm going to do one last check, make sure we're good. Nope, your camera is still being janky right there. All right, your camera's good right there. Okay, all right, cool. All right, I think we can go. Do I make it? I got everything? Okay, cool. Now let's get my chat up here. Chat.
And I'll pop up back. Yeah.
What
I'll pop back up when we go live.
What happened?
No, I said I'll pop my camera back up when we go live.
Oh, okay. Because I'm getting ready. We live. I'm getting ready to start the music right now.
Go ahead.
All right, and I just want to make sure my chat was going. Okay, let's see. All right, look who it is. Look who it is. It is nobody but your favorite, I hope, right now. I hope we're your favorite. Your favorite smart guys, in the building. I be your boy Smart Guy, Big Q, aka your beloved Galaxy Man. I'm in here, Keon. What's going on, brah?
Hey, it's the boy Keon in the building. Galaxy Man.
Yeah.
So you sticking with that?
You know what? I think it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I don't know. It's like, it's weird because I know y'all ain't used to it because I just started doing it, but like I hear it when I'm at work. So I hear it, so I'm like, okay, well, you know what? It's something. You know what I mean?
That's like using my gamer tag as like my name.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So speaking of gamer tags and everything, welcome in everybody though. Christina J. Wow.
CJ is in the building.
Christina J is in the
building.
Zoe's in the house. Speaking of gamer tags, listen, I've been putting my very pathetic, very awful Call of Duty skills on display for everybody to see. You know why? Because I ain't scared, Ken. I ain't like you. See, like you will tell everybody you the best card player in the world, but don't nobody ever see it though. You know what I'm saying?
But also, speaking of which, because I was going to bring this up, I didn't know you were going to bring this up.
Yeah,
I might start streaming. Like I keep saying that every game that comes out, every time I get a new system, I'm just like, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna put this online. But now,
yeah,
I actually might do that. I've been getting really into competitive Call of Duty lately, like professionally competitive. So I'm just like, yo, let me do it.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, listen, I watch my gameplay back. You know, it's weird. I see myself when I'm playing the game, and I know how bad I am when I'm playing it. But then I look at the video back, right? I was like, what the hell, yo? But I'm trying though, and I want the world to see that I get at that, and I'm trying to, you know, to shoot those bad guys, man. But so no way you would ever see me with no AirPods Max on my head ever. You would never
AirPods Max.
you would never see that. That would never happen. I got into a conversation with so one of the dudes who used to work with me at Samsung. About 6 months ago, maybe 5-6 months ago, he jumped ship and went to Apple. Anyway, I actually saw him the other day. He came by the store. He was actually helping out the Apple rep at my store. And he walked up to him. He was like, yo, bro, how's business? And he whips out his flip. And I'm like, yo, you were the main one who was all upset whenever somebody came to Samsung who had an iPhone and you running around in Apple land with your little flip. You know, so what is wrong with you, man? You know what I mean?
And speaking of jumping ship, for everybody listening, I've been talking to Q for the past, how long have we been together? 10 months.
Yeah.
My girlfriend
had
a Galaxy S22.
I was a little heartbroken by this.
And then so I go over to her place last week, right after the show. And, you know, we're talking 2 minutes into me being there. I look down, I was like, my iPhone's not that big. What's going on?
She didn't even
say
nothing?
Got an iPhone.
She didn't even say nothing?
No, apparently she had it for a couple of days. She told me she was going to the store to get her phone fixed because it was acting weird, and then she just didn't say nothing about it.
Wow!
And then when I went and saw her, she got an iPhone 14 Pro Max.
You know, at first I was like, because you know when she first came on the scene, you know, she was rocking, it was a Note 20 or something, right?
No, S22 Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra, whatever. And I was like, oh, you know, this is gangster, but you know, I figured when you said it, I was like, it's only a matter of time. I know, because I know how y'all Apple people do. I know. In these relationships, I know what y'all do. And
I had never trusted her because
Zoe already doing it.
We didn't talk through text messages. We talked through like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or something.
Okay, yeah.
So I didn't, it didn't really bother me. I didn't really care.
You ain't never say nothing about that ever. It didn't never come to conversation.
No, she did that first because she tried to send me a picture through text because I'm used to texting people because that's what we do.
Yeah.
And like the picture came in low quality or whatever because iPhones or whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh, you got to use this because your pictures are low quality, and if I'm trying to see something, I want to see it in HD."
Oh, okay. Like, word.
So I was like, okay.
Okay.
So we just never did that.
Okay.
And so she snuck it by me, but she got a new job and she got a MacBook from her job.
Okay.
So I think that like tipped the scales a little bit.
That's cool. I didn't think it was gonna last long because usually in situations like that, somebody is going to like the couple end up going with the same thing. Like sometimes it's the other way around. Most of the time is them going to Apple, but sometimes.
But I wasn't gonna change because I had too much Apple stuff.
Yeah. Well, and you're just a stubborn ass. You weren't gonna do it anyway. It wouldn't matter.
You told me to uproot my computer, my TV, my phone, tablet. I can't do that.
It wouldn't have mattered. She would have been like, listen, my heart is on the line. You were like, I don't care.
Baby, you know what it was when you got here.
You know what I mean? You know what time it is. You know what I mean?
You know what time it is.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I didn't want to go too. You know how I am. You know, I get my nerd on and I start reading stuff, and I've been playing with this AI stuff, and I've been like playing with it and asking it a million questions and stuff. And so today's show, and I don't know if y'all ready for this, but we're gonna go a little deep today. You know what I mean? Like, I want us to have the conversation about the tech plateau, but what I've learned through having conversations with the Bing AI is that it's not really called the tech plateau. It's called the
Bing AI.
Yeah, it's called the productivity plateau. With the hype cycles. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to get into it, about technology maturing. Because I feel like, what made me think about this stuff is that a lot of new emerging technologies are coming out. And before we get into the main stuff, we're going to talk about some other things too. We're going to get into the news. But a lot of new emerging technologies like this AI stuff everybody going crazy about. A couple years ago, it was VR and so on and so forth, and high resolution. Emerging technologies, and some of them kind of reach maturity. And when I got kind of bored of them, and we saw them coming, we saw them kind of like do their thing. And now, you see certain flagship features that we went crazy about 3 or 4 years ago, not even present on phones anymore. But we're going to talk about that stuff. I just want to get y'all prepped for that, because that's what the conversation is going to be about today. Keon, first up, and look, this is one of them situations where you're going to have to go into tell me about some stuff, because I don't know about Apple stuff. Because you don't know about Apple stuff. I don't know. But let me see here. Let me get the story up here real quick. Let me see. So it's about it says here, Arc is coming to iPhone, but it won't replace Safari yet, says CEO.
Yes.
Now, first of all, I don't know nothing about none of this. First of all, I don't know what no Arc is. Never used nothing called Safari, none of that kind of stuff. But we will let Keon, our resident Apple expert, tell us all about it. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, Keon. This is what they're showing us. It's a companion app rather than a full-fledged browser, but it does at least let you access some of the... What the hell are they talking about?
So first of all, Arc is a third-party browser, and it works off of Chromium.
Okay.
It's actually the browser I use full-time now. I love it. It's like an all-in-one type of browser, so you can do notes in it. It handles all your downloads. Of course, you got different spaces. You've got different tabs. You've got permanent tabs that don't refresh all the time. It's just a whole lot in the browser. I do have invites if anybody wants to play with this, but I love it. And I'm not even a Chrome person. I use Safari for the past 2 years, primarily.
Okay.
And it allows you to do like multiple computers still all looking at like one browser. So like if I look up, something on here, I can easily pull up my MacBook and look at the same set of tabs without having to like sync anything over.
That's pretty dope.
So it coming to iPhone is great.
That's pretty dope. So I'm actually surprised, because I'm actually surprised that Apple is allowing something like this.
There's Chrome on the App Store and Firefox and all that stuff.
Well, I'm just
it's like a third-party browser.
Well, because I'm looking at the wording on this, talking about some kind of replacing Safari. Because I just don't see them ever doing. Because that's their thing, right?
It's just a download though, so it's not gonna like. It's not a default app.
So it's okay. So it's like for on my phone, I think I have 4 browsers, right? So I got
Why?
Well, yeah. I'm saying
Q, hold on. what are these browsers? No.
Okay. Let me break it. One of them you can't get away from because it comes with the phones. Well, 2 of them actually come with the phones. The Samsung Internet. Samsung Internet comes with every Samsung Galaxy phone. Chrome comes with every Samsung Galaxy phone. I'm an Edge user. I love Edge. Edge is gangsta as hell, right? And what's the other one that I got on there? The Edge. Well, because you're not a Windows guy, so you don't realize how powerful. Like I'm gonna tell you, like in the beginning, Edge was a little bit weird because I was still kind of favoring Chrome because of all the back end stuff, all the what they call it when they key in all your stuff for you, like your credit card, like we gotta go buy stuff.
Oh, like the password managers and all
like
that
stuff like that. I like the password management. I like the autofill. I like the.
That's what I like with Safari.
Yeah, it looks like it knows all my stuff, right? So and then
exactly.
Edge was having an issue in the beginning where it just would not. It wasn't as fluid as Chrome was when it came to that kind of stuff. But recently, like over the last, like especially ever since Windows 11 came out, it's just been so much better at that. And then the only other issue I was having was with extensions, right? You know, Chrome had the lead and the jump on extensions because they've been doing it for years, and you know, Microsoft had to catch up a little bit. But most of those extensions that I was using in Chrome kind of carried over to Edge now. So I gotta have my Edge, man. I gotta have it. You know,
I mean, that's similar to what Arc is. Arc handles a lot. That's one of the reasons I'm glad that it's coming to iPhone, since I use it default on my desktop. I wanted to save my passwords to my phone as well, because right now they don't actually talk. I have to like export them from Safari and import them. And I don't want to do all that. But also, I wanted to handle my credit cards. I don't think Chrome does, or either it doesn't do it well.
Right.
Safari does. So.
But I like the what's the word I'm looking for? How Edge just takes advantage of the full interface. Like panels pop out from either side. I love the side, the horizontal or the vertical tabs. Now that right there is I love that. I think that right there is the dopest thing ever.
Vertical tabs. Oh, like if you pull it over, you can scroll up.
Well, no. So let me see if I can show you. Let's see if I can show you what they look like. Maybe
Man, it's been so long since I've even like really played with an Android phone.
So no, this is on the computer. But like if I mouse over here, my tabs are over here.
Oh, that's how Arc is.
Yeah, I actually think that is dope. I love that, man.
I feel like you should try Arc. The only thing it doesn't have is that
can you run that on Windows?
Oh,
because if it ain't running on Windows, I ain't fooling with it.
Who the heck uses Windows?
Everybody uses Windows, man. Windows is the shit. Hey, look, what else? What's better than Windows?
Hey, do we have any Windows user in the chat?
Probably not, because I'm gonna tell you something. Because hold up. Let me tell you something about this chat. Let me tell you something that I found out very clearly last night. I'm gonna tell you something about this chat here. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Look. I love everybody who support this podcast. You guys been rocking with us for a long time, and you know I love y'all. But y'all some biased ass bastards for real. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like a lot of times. I feel like a lot of times that I'm on this side by myself. Now, at first I was like, oh, I got Zoe, because Zoe was used to be, quote unquote, used to be. I'm gonna put that, like, I want y'all to understand, used to be a very well-rounded tech fellow. Well-rounded. Oh my God. I don't know.
I mean, we both used to be.
I don't know if I can say that about Zoe now. Your boy Rush Ben fell off the mountain.
That's right. That's right.
Time ago,
So yeah, it's not on Windows yet, so you can't even try. Okay. Edge is fire. Zoe said he got 3 Windows 11 machines actually.
Yeah, because he worked for Microsoft. Come on, bro, you got to. You do that because they pay you.
Yeah, so if you weren't getting paid, where did your loyalty lie?
I hate that, because I hate when people tell me that. I hate when people say that to me all the time. I hate that. Oh, the only reason why you do it because no, bro, no, that's not what it is. That is not what's happening right now. You know what I mean?
Well, I know you're not.
Nah, but that's not. So you kind of lean a little bit toward that fruity side. I'm just saying
that fruity side.
I'm just saying, you know what
I mean? Can you not?
That's what they say at work. I'm just saying, Okay, we're still on some iPhone stuff, right? But at least this is not really completely Apple. I can actually speak a little bit about this.
This is a third-party browser that, they want you to stay in your browser. They don't want you to have to pull up another app for anything.
And I respect it. I believe wholeheartedly, if a browser can handle everything that you needed to do, then that's the one you should be using, right? I'm gonna say one thing I don't like, and I as I said, I got like 3 or 4 browsers on my phone, but I'm not proud of that fact. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Actually, I think if you had to rank everything, I think the Samsung internet browser is the worst one of all of them, right? The only reason why, only time that one shines is when you use Dex mode, and we all know Dex mode has about 3% adoption right now, so ain't nobody but us nerds using that, right? So, but that's really the only time that browser shines, right? Because that's the only one you want to use in that environment, right?
Right.
And Chrome, like I said, it used to be gangster, but now they got so many security breaches and stuff. Every single time I go to log into something, I get this big red box talking about how I need to,
change your password.
Right, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I feel like right now, and I didn't use Firefox in so long because that thing used to be so prone to this, like it had all types of breaches and password leaks, and
Chrome used to be memory hungry. I don't know if it still is.
No,
I don't use official Chrome.
It used to be.
And like because I like to leave my stuff on and up, and I would come back and programs would have been closed because Chrome all the memory.
Because I remember when I used to load the browser sources into OBS, and they used to be 10 or 15% CPU by them, like each one by themselves. You know, I remember doing that. So this one right here, this one, I think we mentioned it a little bit last week. We kind of glossed over it. But only reason why I bring this up, because I think this is actually a waste of time on Microsoft's part. Because
why?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
Sorry. I'm about to dispute everything you're about to say.
Well, because the number one reason why, because I feel like don't nobody care. I feel like the people who this would affect, they already got a system that works perfectly for them, and they love it. And this is the reason why they are doing what they're doing, is because of they already got something going on. So, and I think the minute they look at this, somebody who used a MacBook with iMessage on MacBook, the minute they see that, they're gonna be disgusted.
No.
I feel like they're gonna be disgusted.
First of all, we can't tell either way on what's on the receiving side, as long as it's iMessage.
Right.
I don't care where you get it from.
No. I'm saying the person using this on their Windows machine.
Oh.
Yeah. So look at that. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I will say, this is perfect. I was telling my girl about this because she has a PC as well, like a desktop, a tower. And she uses that a lot. And so now, she's on that computer.
For absolutely basic stuff, I get. I just feel like for people who are, and like I said, I've never used iMessage a day in my life. I'm just going on what I hear and what the mythos is about iMessage. This is not it. You know what I'm saying? This is not it.
I read the article, so I don't know. I just heard that it was coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to include everything that you can do in iMessage or not. We can literally send money in iMessage.
Yeah, but I don't think you can do that on here.
You got voice notes, you got GIFs, all of them.
I think it's going to be the most basic version.
It's probably literally just text and picture.
Yeah. So, which
sucks.
I think having it available for people who don't have MacBooks and maybe they don't like the Mac, the Apple Mac OS, or maybe they in their environment they have to use Windows and they have they prefer an iPhone. I can see it because there's no other choice. You have to do this, right?
Or if they're in the transition period, they're coming over the Mac, but Macs cost a lot of money. So
right. Well, PCs do too. Okay, let's get off that. Okay, you know what I mean.
We're not talking about $300 or $400 computers right now.
No. We're talking about $2,500, $2,600 computers right now. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
The
Mac.
I don't know. Listen. I ain't gonna do it. Not tonight. I ain't gonna do it. Because I had a good night last night. I had a good night last night with my people, and I just don't get that. That's a different story for a different day. Anyway,
I go talk to my Gen X people. They know what I'm talking about.
I know, right? Because what they used to say back in the day, right? When we were selling computers, right? Well, hell. If I'm gonna spend that kind of money. Might as well get back. Like, that makes 0 sense, sir. Whatever, though. Okay, it's your money. Do whatever you want to with it. It's cool. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But that's stupid, though. But I will tell you this, though. That super spicy Galaxy Book 3 Ultra at $29.99 is a monster. I would never be able to get one because I would never be able to afford it. But that thing is a beast. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I love it. But I don't know. I don't even know if I would. I don't even know if I know for sure that I wouldn't spend that much money on a laptop. I could easily see myself spending $3,000 on a desktop.
You wouldn't because you have a desktop.
Yeah.
Me and my friend were just talking, and I was telling him he needs to get a new laptop.
Yeah.
And that's his only computer.
Yeah.
So he's looking at spending $2,600, $2,800 on one.
Yes, I can see that. A laptop. I just feel like you give up so much for a laptop. You give up so luckily nowadays you ain't got to lug that big heavy chunky charger around because it's just all with a little block now. So that's like good.
USB-C or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, and even though it's a laptop, but it's that type of laptop right there pushing a gigantic graphics card and a 3K display. It's got to be plugged up most of the time. Anyway, you very rarely gonna run it on the battery. Very rarely.
First of all, over there in Windows Land, you probably do need to plug it in when you're doing some video editing or something.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself.
But with these new M2 Pro and M2 Ultra chips, I'm just saying.
Don't even do it.
But me personally, I'm not over.
You know you ain't renting no videos out of no battery. You know you ain't doing that.
I've done it before.
I mean, I've done it before, but you ain't gonna make a habit out of doing it. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I'm a desktop user just like you are. So I use my laptop pretty much if I have to. I have to be away. Yeah. And I have to be working on something.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, Keon. I'm gonna tell you something that's very insane in my world of the way I use my little technology. I would rather do that kind of heavy lifting stuff out in the field, like if I'm away from my desktop. Believe me when I tell you, I would rather do that stuff on my tablet than I would on my laptop. I just feel like the laptop just, unless you got a plug, unless you're somewhere close, because you know.
Regardless of power, I still wouldn't rather want to do it on the tablet. Tablet requires too much adjusting. I gotta do it. Like I know how to do it on the tablet, but I gotta do it like a different way.
And there's some extra steps, and you kind of got to think outside the box a little bit. Exactly. But I feel like if I had a laptop there without a plug, though, I would get it done faster on the tablet.
This plug, bro.
Yeah. Well, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't use Apple products, but I just know how computers work. When they're not plugged in, they don't use full power. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's true.
Right.
But no.
And I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and try to render out, a full-blown project on no battery. And no. I know the computer can do it, but I'm not. I don't have time for that.
Like I said, right. If it's on an urgent project, I'll wait and just come back home and use my desktop because I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in it. And besides, my personal laptop doesn't have the best screen either. So
I don't know. I guess I've been a desktop guy all my life, and I have two of them in here. So I love the desktop, bro. It's my joint. Anyway,
once I got my first iMac, it changed my life.
Wow. Okay, so
not because of the iMac, just because first desktop computer, it changed my life. Because I used to be a laptop guy.
Okay.
I can't do laptops anymore.
So finally, we can get off this Apple crap, right? You talk about something else.
Blame Toshiba.
Blame Toshiba. Okay, Toshiba was pretty terrible.
They pushed me. They pushed me to Apple. So.
Should have went with the HP. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Right. Foldable madness, and this is going to lead us into what we was going to talk about later. Anyway, so that's why I saved the start for last, because I didn't really want to talk about the fact that another folding phone came out, because that's what we always talk about, another folding phone coming out. But
inferior one,
huh?
So another inferior folding phone.
Well, I wouldn't say it's got an added disadvantage. It's a Huawei, which means that. It's not
going to be in the U.S.
Right, and it's not going to be able to run all your Google stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's spec'd out. I'm pretty sure it's plenty capable. You know what I mean? For, if you was able to run, the Google Play Store on it, it would be dope, right?
I mean, are there still workarounds to get everything on it?
They are workarounds. I was watching a couple of Foster Carter videos. Every time he reviewed one of these phones, he always say how when you import them, you can pay like extra for them to load the stuff on it for you.
Oh, they'll do it for you?
Yeah, they'll do it for you, yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's that Chinese market alongside the new P60 series. No sanctions mean there's no chance of an international release with Google's apps and services. So, of course, Samsung is still in the clear, can do whatever they want to because they ain't got no competition for now. Okay, so before we get into the other story, let's talk about this for a second.
Wait a minute. What about the Nord? What phone was that? I forgot the. Was that
OnePlus.
the Oppo?
Oh, Oppo was no. Oppo was here. So Oppo, the Oppo was here, but the Oppo was under. What's the Oppo? They're in the OnePlus brand, right?
No, well, they're like sister brands.
Yeah. So you got that. So they're here, and then you have Razer, Motorola, right? That's it. Right?
Oh yeah, Motorola. I thought they only had the Razr.
They only have that's all they got was the Razer. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
You know.
I'm not considering that.
So, and then of course, if you want to call the Microsoft Duo, but
No.
foldable, which we're not
No,
going.
we don't.
We're not
No,
gonna get into
we're
that
not
conversation,
gonna
right?
talk
We're
about
not gonna do it. Okay. But yeah, because
Trash, bro.
you know, that's tonight, right? So my question about it ain't even about Samsung. It ain't even about it's just about foldables in general in this technology, right? So this is one of those emerging technologies I was talking to you about, right? So 4 or 5 years ago, Samsung came on the scene like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Boom, boom, boom. They came out with theirs. Moto showed them up, came out with theirs. So now it's been a few years and there's been a few models. But because of the weird crap that's going on with Huawei and some of these other brands, they can't get no traction in the U.S., which means that Samsung can do whatever they want to do, which is good and is bad. I think I look at some of these. I'm looking at this model right here, and I'm thinking that's everything that I wish my phone was. I wish it looked like that. You know what I mean? I wish it was. But Samsung is like, we don't got to do that because these guys are not competition to us. We don't care.
So looking at the camera, that's a wild camera. That's a wild camera.
But you know what? It looked just like. I mean, this is in a different orientation, but it's the same setup as an ultra phone. It's gonna have your ultra wide telephoto and maybe a zoom, a periscope, right? Nothing that Android.
But the model itself looks weird.
Yeah, I think they got to poke out a little bit for that periscope camera because those ones need a little bit of depth in order for them to work. But camera modules, I actually think that's kind of cool that it's round like that. I think that will make some interesting cases. But either way, I feel like there's nobody pushing Samsung to improve their product, right? So this is one of the issues we run into. We run into like
but who would besides OnePlus?
Well, I look at Honor. Well, see, it would be OnePlus. OnePlus would be the gate. Like they would be the ones who finally like put some pressure on there. But I think with the imminent release of the Google Pixel Fold, that is really going to change. That's going to change a lot of stuff right there. I think that's
Well, it has to.
Yeah,
and Google cannot drop the ball on this.
No.
Or Samsung is really just going to coast for like the rest of the life.
Absolutely, and that's terrible for us, right? Because I actually want to see the Fold because we know what Samsung can do because they showed it to us. They've shown us all these different things that they've been working on and they got in prototype and they've been working on forever. But they ain't gonna never put it out because they don't got to. You know what I'm saying?
And especially because they just don't. Like you said, they don't have any competition.
No.
All the real competitors are not in the U.S.
Right.
So like they could do something, but they make such a large market in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, they gotta do anything.
Because I feel like, and as somebody who follows Samsung super closely, I feel like the reason why the last two models of their foldable didn't change from 2022 to 2023 or from 2021 to 2022 is because they felt like we ain't got nobody competing with us. We don't really have to. You know what I mean? We don't have to.
For real.
And so people who come to me and be like, oh, well, I don't really like Apple because they sell me the same phone every year. And then I keep on looking at them like, dude, like, y'all buy the same phone every year. Why would they change it when you keep buying the same one? And then what you see happening is now Samsung is doing it. S22, S23, put them side by side. Can you tell them apart? You can't. You know what I'm saying, right?
So Zoe was saying that the phone is only a bit thicker than the iPhone 14 Pro.
Yeah, it's thin. It's thin, man. I mean, it's listen, their hardware designs. I'm talking about Honor. I'm talking about Huawei. I'm talking about
all of them.
Their hardware is like, but this is where it gets weird. No IP rating, which Samsung leads the charge on that. Battery life is awful. Samsung's still killing them in that regard. And then they do stuff like remove wireless charging. You gotta have these things, right? These are things that people are kind of used to.
But are they using that like supercharging where your phone is charging?
Yes, the phone charges at 6,000 watts per second.
6,000?
Yeah,
I hope not.
I'm just saying they got some crazy charging speeds on them joints. So I guess that counters the wireless charger. If you only got to plug onto the charger for 5 minutes, you don't need no wireless charger, right? I guess not. I guess that makes sense.
So that's what they're banking on.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's crazy.
I don't know what we could do to get more phones in the U.S., but we're kind of needing.
I think we do, but I also think that but because of the way everybody said their little embargoes up and stuff like that, they're doing this because I definitely know Samsung is enjoying this because listen, they got a juggernaut that they dealing with already, so they already got a different problem that they're dealing with Apple, right? It's a whole different situation over there, right? And you got these little chump states trying to like barge in on what we doing. Like we know Apple ain't gonna do what we doing, but that Apple fight is a different fight, right? It's a different fight. But these guys do what we do, so we really got to pay attention to what they doing.
So my question is, before we get to the tech plateau stuff, would you rather have? Let's see, what is there now? Like 6 Android brands in America? 5?
Yeah, around that much. Yeah.
Would you rather have 3 Android brands, a top, a mid, and a low, or would you rather have 10?
Wow, that's a tough one, right? And I'm gonna tell you why I found that
so basically 3 more or 3 less.
That's interesting because if I wasn't a flagship user, I would say, oh no, I like the fact that you can buy these weird ass brand Android phones anywhere, and and you can buy a phone for $22, or you can buy one for $2,200. You know what I'm saying, right? Like
Hey, if anybody listening to this and you buy a phone for $22,
they out there, bro.
Throw it away.
They out there. They are out there.
As soon as you buy it, throw it away.
And listen, folks come to me on a daily basis, and Samsung got a nice little range, right? They got Samsung
has a killer range.
Yeah, they got a range that goes from all the way down to $200.
200, 200 to 22.
But these people come in there. I talk to them every day where they ask me like, "Bro, is that it? Like, you ain't got no Samsung cheaper than this? Like, what are you looking for?"
They looking for the A, the J, the butterfly, whatever the thing is.
What are you looking for? Like $200? Come on, man. That's practically free.
For real though. I mean, we all know everybody makes different money, but looking at other phones, that is nothing.
And what do you expect from a phone that costs less than $200, right?
I mean, hopefully those people I just need a call and a text and that's it. But I know that those people are coming in like social media and cameras and stuff. Like, you're not getting that.
Absolutely not. So in a perfect world, I would say less Android brands would definitely be better for the Android brand. I think that'll actually help. I actually think that'll help them stand up better to Apple, because right now the stigma is Apple is the one that's ironed out the most, and it's the most shiny and finished product, and Android is still rough. It is not, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you see which phone did your girl get? S23 Ultra.
The old phone. S23 Ultra.
Dude, look at the software in that thing, bro. Like, I mean, like,
she ain't got no more. So.
Oh, that's right. Damn it, forget.
She traded it in.
That's right.
She said she only got like $400 on it too.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's okay. That's a sad story. But anyway, like I said, I enjoy this latest version of One UI 5.1 on Samsung. I feel like it is the slickest version of Samsung software I've seen in my life. Like the very first time I picked up S23 Ultra, that thing didn't even feel like a Samsung phone. It felt like an iPhone to me. It felt foreign. It felt weird. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Because of the One UI, it's too much.
Because it was a little too fluid. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? A little too fluid. But you know what though? it made me start realizing what you guys and a lot of people have been saying. A lot of like I talked to my man Charles Kennedy the other day, and he was just saying how he would always carry an iPhone no matter what because of it's just the UI is just so fluid, and I could never really understand what that meant, right?
It's so smooth.
Yeah, it's dope. Everything moving to space, like there's no wasted like air. It's pretty fly. It's really impressive, right? So I think the less of that nonsense, that weird color OS and clear OS and all the stuff that you oxygen and whatever, like the less of that, I think the better the quality overall of Android looks. And it's a better choice if you look in between Apple and Android,
For me, even though I asked you the question, I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Because of how I view Android.
Yeah.
For me, Android is about choice and customization.
Mm-hmm.
So at first, I would say I would want more brands, but then I've seen how Android is when you have too many brands.
It's bad.
Everybody's running something different.
Yes.
Everything looks different. Nothing's updated. Nothing's cohesive.
Yeah.
But then, like right now, we have less brands than we've ever had.
Yeah.
It just almost seems boring.
Yeah.
It almost seems like Samsung or bust for the most part, at least where I look, because I'm looking above $700.
Yeah.
So it's just like Samsung or bust.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure enough. I mean, and sadly, that's kind of where we are. And so that brings us to what I wanted to talk about with y'all guys tonight. So there's this thing called the Gartner hype cycle, right? And so basically it is basically a chart that kind of measures the age of technology, right? Like, emerging technologies, when do they mature, when do they plateau off, when do they become obsolete, and that kind of thing, right? And what made me think of this is what the conversation that we're having right now, right? So, like, it has really come down to like, if the whole thing about the Apple late to the party thing, right? So, we got 120 hertz, and then what's the rebuttal, right? Oh, we had it 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, So, kind of for me right now, you just said it. Tech is kind of feeling a little stale. It's at a point where, well, everything come out is kind of the same. Everything is kind of feeling the same. It's like I said it. I felt like this version of Samsung's Galaxy Android feels it feels iPhone-ish, right? You know what I mean?
We used to stay up and watch the press releases and everything and watch the whole song and dance. Now it's just like, give me the bullet points. I know what I know.
Because everybody gonna use the same stuff, right? Everybody gonna have the Gorilla Glass. Everybody gonna have this, and everybody gonna have that. And if you ain't got this by now, then shame on you because you should have had that by now.
New processor is 10-15% faster.
Right, you know what I mean?
Cameras are 2 times better. It's all the same.
So the question that I'm gonna ask you, and then you guys in the stream, you guys can answer however y'all, huh?
The chat squad?
Yeah, the chat squad. Yeah, y'all can answer however y'all feel. But Ken, here's the question, right? Right now, in what we at 2023? We in 2023. Yes, do you feel like the technology that we currently have and the state of everything, I mean, like even the new stuff, do you think we are where we're supposed to be in this time frame? Do you feel like we're behind?
That's crazy.
Or do you feel like, we're ahead of where we need to be?
I feel like we're behind.
Okay.
And not necessarily because of choice.
Yeah.
Just because we probably just haven't figured like a small thing out yet.
Gotcha.
Because remember, it was like 10 years ago when we first started the show, 6 years ago. We were talking about like the batteries that were going to be different than these lithium-ion batteries.
Yes.
And they were like that close to figuring it out, but we just still haven't figured it out. Like 7 years later.
Yeah.
We talked about wireless power.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about like the Qi. I'm just talking about like walking into a room and stuff to start driving.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
We were close and we had like something working.
Yeah.
And like now we've got like if you have like a blender, you can put it in a certain spot and it uses power wirelessly or whatever. Yeah. So I feel like we're trying, but I don't know. Our interests are so varied.
Yes.
So even our tech, the scientists and people making technology, they're so varied. They can't improve. Like we were improving like 20 years ago, VHS in, out, Blu-ray in, out. Yes. Everything was just coming and going real quick.
Very fast. Actually, I don't think I think the cassette in the CD were the shortest time frames of any kind of physical like storage media. I mean,
DVD.
Yeah, CD
I feel like
DVD
DVD
was like
less.
what 10, 15 years max, maybe.
I feel like CDs outlasted DVDs.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like smart home started late, and I feel like it should be in a different place right now. I really do. I feel like I'm very disappointed.
And we're just now having Matter come.
Yes,
but it's even not like what we thought it was going to be.
I'm disappointed in smart home technology right now. I am very disappointed because how long we had a Jetson since the 80s?
Yeah, we have Back to the Future. 2020, 2021, we're gonna have flying cars.
You can figure this stuff out by now. We had the Jetsons in the 80s, bro. The concept been around for 35 years, bro. you know
what sucks though? We have all these concepts that come out all the time.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, you can look, and then one company will do something. One company would be like, oh, you can look at this, and it'll automatically change, or oh, you can look in your mirror and you can just drag clothes onto your body from your closet. Stuff like that. Something like
right.
But it'll only be one small company, and either they'll get bought out, they won't have the funding, so they'll just die, and nobody will pick it up.
Absolutely.
Like, come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Let's work and let's improve this.
Yeah. And so many of those things die before they see the light of day, and they never get revisited. And then when they finally do get revisited, you're like, wow, what, y'all just coming back to this? But I'm gonna tell you though, on the concept of technology and where we at right now. So the emerging technology, one of the big ones has been what EVs, electric vehicles, right? And I feel like this is right now for the last 3-4 years has been the biggest boom in this technology field that I've ever seen. But I also feel like we won't be around to see it become like the standard. But I think it's going to take 30 years or so before 90% of the cars you see on the road are electric.
First of all, I'm going to be around in 30 years.
I hope you're around.
I said what I said. Okay. But I mean, even with EVs, we just had Tesla make it available to charge any car.
Yeah.
Like, why did that take so long?
No idea.
I feel like a lot of companies though. So I feel like there's a lot of things happening, but like one thing companies are saying, they want their stuff, they don't want nobody else having it, and they want to buy everybody out, and they want to be the best. And two, we got to worry about stuff like hackers too. Like we can't even get stuff because we got to worry about protecting the stuff we got.
Right, but we've had electric. Those little. I wasn't lucky enough to get one of these, but a lot of kids had the little Jeeps and the little Barbie cars. Listen, they've had these cars for
at least
years.
Since the 90s. I don't know.
They've had them for years.
I don't know before that.
They just make them bigger and make them street legal. That's what you gotta do.
Kid, that was just a little big old not a 9-volt, but like a whatever battery.
Right. Why is this so
and that lasted you like I don't know, a year or so.
Yeah, why is this so hard, man? I don't understand. But I definitely I'm excited for electric vehicles. I just feel like I won't get to see, it become like the norm. I won't get to see it. Like I feel like cell phone tech. I was around from the beginning, and I got to the chance to see it reach what they call
plateau.
Plateau of productivity, right? They call it plateau.
But this is probably like a first plateau.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've been on this plateau for like 6 years, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been on the same type of phone.
Yeah.
And we're touring around with like the rollables and the whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna get us to another plateau.
But right now, does it really change that tech that much because it's a different form? It's still fundamentally.
I'm saying it's gonna get us to that though.
Okay, because it's still
we're gonna
fundamentally
do rollables and we're gonna do like the little holograms.
Okay.
And I feel like once we get off this like candy bar foldable like hardware thing,
so you mean like
it's gonna push us to the next.
It's gonna be like it was in the early 2000s where everybody went the flat panel at the TV, right? So like and that didn't take long, right? That adoption didn't take long at all.
To get to where like OLED?
To go from like the big CRT.
Oh, the big box. Yeah.
To like a flat panel. Like, well, that technology done changed quite a bit from what we started with LCD, plasma, then the LED, then we on OLED.
Well, we first had the little matte screen. I forgot what it was. And that was probably for a while.
Yeah.
And then we got LCD, and then we got plasma. We're like, okay, we're getting some steam.
Yeah.
But now we're at like what? OLED. And OLED's been around for a while. Yeah. I think is that it?
OLED and
Mini
LED, right? I think those are the two newest ones, right? You know,
so those have been around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
OLED for a while, but mini LED for a little bit.
That technology moved pretty quickly. I just remember, the Circuit City days when I got there. I was right at the beginning of that transition where they were still selling the big TVs, but they was also selling the flat panel TVs too. And you watch that transition, and I thought that was pretty amazing, right? So I got a chance to see that in my age. I got a chance to see the cell phone mature, right? So we got to see that mature. Trying to think of what internet, maybe got a chance to see that kind of mature. I still think the internet.
Internet's still moving.
Yeah, I still think the internet is still. I think it is. That's like one of the biggest icebergs in technology. I think we just ain't seen it. Like the possibilities of what you should be able to do with the internet is crazy.
We just started with crypto and NFTs. Like we're still going.
Yes.
My question for you is for cell phones specifically.
Yeah.
If you were to put them in like an age group, whether infants, teenagers, young adults, elderly, how would you the state of cell phones right now? What are they?
I think at this point they would be young, like not a young adult in the fact like not
early 20s,
not like a 19 or 20s. They'd be like 28, 29, 31 year old.
Okay.
I think that's what it would be. I said it's still a long way to go, but we done seen like most of the cool stuff already. Like
I was gonna say, like a 30-year-old, you're starting to set into your ways. Yes. You're starting to the cell phones that we have right now. There might be a few more changes before we get rid of them, but for the most part,
we go straight to the brain, like with whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like this. Thank you. How are you doing?
But you know what? Even then, it'll still be some shit where somebody's talking about.
It'll be a lot.
How they messages appear in their brain. Your message.
Well, I mean, if we have anything like if we ever look at Black Mirror, which is one of my favorite shows, their concepts are wild. Where you're just like everything's connected to the brain. You just got a remote. You can see whatever.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish we would go to the Black Mirror. We would start using that for like ideas.
Yeah.
Usually every episode goes wrong, but it'd be nice to play around with some of the technology that they have.
So I don't know. It ain't really showing up on the screen like it's supposed to. I don't know why they refreshed itself yet. But I was going to show the diagram of the.
Hey, so we ain't talking about all that. But I mean, if you want to be in a video game, that's advanced VR right there.
Oh man,
you find out some stuff about your homies.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it goes from the innovation trigger, right? So when I see, I was hoping to show this. I don't know why it don't want to show on the screen. Come back here. No, but still don't want to show. Hold on, maybe if I switch the page and go back to it. There you go. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay. Anyway, so it shows it starts from the innovation trigger, right? Now, when I see that reminds me of. Now, and I know I hate this moment in time, but it's every tech person is seared into our minds that day that Steve Jobs walked onto that stage and introduced the world to the iPhone, right? I mean, that was a ground-swelling, game-changing, world-changing moment, right? The innovation trigger. Then it gets to the point where it is the peak of inflated expectation. So I would say that's kind of where we at. Maybe that's where we were when the iPhone first changed shape from what was it, iPhone 6? Is that the one where? Remember I used to say that the iPhones didn't look like real, they didn't like everybody else's cell phones. That they look like that.
I mean, that was like the three, the first one and the three, they were one design, and then from like 4 through
when they got like
7 or 8.
When they start making like the pluses or whatever, right? Yeah, those ones I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Or 6 and 7.
So I'm thinking that was like at the absolute height of it. Because that's when I think when you start seeing the Motorola company get passed around and everybody giving their shot at it. Microsoft was still in the game. What else was going on? The LG was still in the game.
LG was still killing it.
She was still in the game. What else was going on at that time? Samsung was coming into their own, right? So this was the peak, and then it goes through the trial of disillusionment, right? So the trial of disillusionment, this is the dip, right? I think this is where we was a few years ago, where everybody was upset with every cell phone manufacturer because everybody was talking about, well, we keep getting the same stuff, so on and so forth, right? And finally,
really, you think that was a few years ago? I think that's more so now.
Well, I think it's like we're on the tail end of it right now. I feel like,
okay.
yeah, I feel like we're on the tail end of it right now because we are moving into the plateau of productivity, and that's the area where this technology done matured and it done proved that it is everything that it set out to be, and it done and accomplished all that they wanted it to accomplish until another major, discovery comes along, right? Do you agree with that hype cycle when it comes to?
I agree with the hype cycle itself. Yeah. Do I agree that we're in the plateau?
Yeah. I still don't want to show. I don't know what's going on.
Versus, yeah, I got this little light here too, and this is blinding me for a second. I don't know, because I feel like we're not doing all that we can do yet.
Yeah,
I feel like we're getting there though. And I feel like you can tell that we're getting there because people are using their phone for everything.
If your phone can do one more thing,
just people are using their phones for everything right now.
But if your phone can do one more thing than it can do right now, what would you want it to do?
I don't have a thing for it to do.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm telling you. Like right now, you're using your phone for literally everything that it can physically do. It can't
listen, because they even morphing into different devices. So when you get in your car, it turns into an assistant in the car. When you get to the house,
when you plug into a keyboard, it turns into a computer.
Right, you know what I mean? Plug a controller into it. Now it's a game. Like it's uncovered every base. I think we're at a point now where if they put another feature or something, when I say feature, I ain't talking about like, the newest Gorilla Glass or the newest Snapdragon. I'm talking about something. A feature that's like, something big that can't. I don't know when next time we're gonna see that. I really don't, because everything is
literally changes the function of the phone.
Right, absolutely. Because I think right now Samsung done showed everybody it ain't really much more you can do with these cameras. They're capable. Most of them are right. Mm-hmm. Charging speeds. They done proved they up to 150 watts charging on some.
I'm just saying you can charge the phone from dead to full in I think like 20 minutes. I think that's
right. Ain't much you can do with that, right? Apple done showed that you can put a magnet with your charger and you can stick any damn thing to it, right? Like that's a thing. How much more clearer can the go ahead, Zoe? See, we almost got done with the show. We was almost done.
Here we're talking nonsense about travel-sized foldable iPhone.
Almost finished.
And then moonshot.
Had like literally 3 more minutes to go. He couldn't control himself, man. What is wrong with this guy? I need a moderator. I need a damn moderator for real. You know what I mean? And we talked about the moonshot last week, okay?
But I really don't know I don't know what I would want it to do that I could see actually happening.
Right.
Absolutely. In like the next 10 years.
Yes. Look, people they shooting cinematic stuff on them. They making music with them. They doing all the creative stuff. They doing graphics with them. They're making digital art. I can't think of nothing else that you can do. I don't, unless they figure out a way to make them save lives some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Put some more medical stuff into them. I don't know.
Well, that's going to be like the AR, VR stuff.
Yeah, being able to help teach some kids how to read. I don't know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Either way, I do believe it was a really cool conversation to have, right? With our good peoples, and that's pretty good, and everything like that. So I was actually glad that I was able to do that tonight. I did a little experiment last night. Didn't really do a live version of the Galaxy Power Hour. I kind of wanted to get a feel for how the flow of the show is going to go, so I recorded it. I'm going to be chopping it up. It's going to be on vertical format on the Ticks and Talks. That's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do with that. We're trying to do the Ticks and Talks. I'm trying to get the TikTok. Oh, listen, Cam. I'm trying to get the TikTok to a place where we can stream over there. But by the time we get to where we need to be, I don't know if TikTok's still going to be a thing. I don't know.
I don't know why you think that's going to change dramatically.
I
just
don't know,
now.
man. I just, as soon as I start to care about something, they want to take it from me. I'm just saying. I don't know, but anyway,
Maybe you should stop caring. It sounds like you're the problem.
maybe I should back off of it, right? But yeah. So that's what. But we'll see. I want to see what the adoption of this Samsung based situation looks like, and if it's gonna kind of like catch some attention. Because I know you guys are funny style people, but I know y'all. Y'all suck, to be honest. But here's the thing, all of you.
Whatever.
Oh y'all want to come here and roast me every week, but that's fine though, because I'm gonna find me some like-minded folk, and I'm gonna rally with them. Okay,
and then bring them over here. You can fight back.
So at least there'll be somebody in this chat over here who got my back. You know what I'm saying?
Right, though.
This
man.
I just call it how I see it. Listen. I remember them days when I used to get all the support for coming on the show. They're like, "Yo," and I'm gonna tell you, Zoe used to be.
Twice. Thank you. Come again, Q.
He used to be a well-rounded tech guy, man. I don't know, man.
I don't know what happened to the man.
Payola, man. I think that's what I think. The Marquez Brownlee disease. He got it, bro.
It happens to the best of us, though.
The payola, man. It is what it is, right? But anyway, I want to see how that's gonna work out. Hopefully, just until I got my iPhone. See what I'm saying? But some gonna come out, gonna change y'all's mind, and I'm gonna be there laughing at you like I told y'all. Especially you, Keon. I can't wait.
For me, it's not about features.
No. I can't wait to that day. Ecosystem. I can't wait to that day that you come on here eating all this humble pie, like, bruh. Always like the Samsung stuff. Always
would have to do the most, and I love Google. They would have to do the most.
See, I don't know if I would back that horse, but I'm just saying.
Remember, like I said, for Apple people, it's not about one thing. It's about the ecosystem.
Yeah. So again, not Google. I don't know about them.
I can't do Samsung because of you.
I know.
If I ever, I know you would never let me live it down.
Not one second.
Like, yo, I gotta quit the
show. Every time I'm in your presence, it's going down.
I would tell you, no, I unfriend you on Twitter. I'm not doing it.
On site. I'm gonna find you with a dummy account. I'm gonna harass you with the burner account.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Anyway, you guys have been awesome. Like as always. I definitely appreciate it. Ken, you got anything for the good folks the Smart Guys Tech Podcast, man?
We love everybody who's here. Even the people not talking, because I see you watching. Mm-hmm. We love y'all. Follow us everywhere.
Yep. On TikTok.
Yeah. Not TikTok, but everywhere, right?
Yeah. So definitely go on TikTok with Keon's AI-generated captions on the TikTok. I know what time it is now. Ever since you told me, I can't unread these things now. I'm reading them now. I'm like, oh, come on. That ain't Keon. The silky waves of the Appalachian plains rub softly against my buttocks.
I don't know what happened over there.
I love being
this
free.
Is a PG-13.
I love being free PG-13. As the wind blows through, whispers soft things through my ear.
What are you talking about, Kim?
I'm saying what the captions say.
My captions be lit. No, they ain't now. The past month has been good.
Hey, listen, you doing your thing. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, y'all take it easy, man. We out of here. Hey. Oh, I still got to go over there and stop the stream, don't I? Yep. Yeah.